Hello, my name is Eric MacInnes and I'm a comms specialist focused on crisis. I've worked all over the world as an advisor, and for 20 years I was a TV journalist who covered big major emergencies. Today I want to talk about one of the key factors in successfully navigating a crisis, and that is leadership. The perception of how leader spokespersons respond to what's happening and how they get control of events. Now, in this current coronavirus global crisis, we are seeing a number of different approaches to the leader spokesperson role. But put crudely, I guess you can divide them into two types. There's the rational information giver on the one hand, and the orator morale booster type on the other. And clearly, these personas are very much dependent on the kind of leader you are and what you perceive to be your strengths. The central question is whether these leadership qualities or styles are suitable to the emergency you are facing and whether it actually makes a big difference. You could argue that there are roles for both kinds of leader, because for some, the most important priority is to trust the person to be in charge of the facts, to have confidence in their competence to navigate the events. For others, it may be that they wish to be reassured that if we all stick together as a group, we can defeat our common enemy. So, for example, we've seen Nicola Sturgeon from Scotland, Angela Merkel from Germany, who are praised for their grasp of the facts, their attention to detail, and their ability to communicate simply in a no-nonsense but powerful way. Then we have those like the UK's Boris Johnson and the USA's Donald Trump. They noticeably are not on top of the facts and figures, but are extremely effective at appealing to people's emotions, stirring up feelings of national pride and the fighting spirit. What was fascinating was when Johnson himself succumbed to the COVID-19 virus, some people reacted as if they'd been punched. For a lot of people, his personal fight against the disease was a metaphor of the country's fight, and his emotional response was in line with their own feelings of fear and resilience in the face of the virus. But what about the leader spokespersons who've been able to appeal to both head and heart? Jacinda Ardern from New Zealand and Andrew Cuomo from New York are the two that spring to my mind. In the case of Ardern, she already had her population's respect as a crisis leader. So when coronavirus came along, she got their acceptance of her measures pretty quickly. Andrew Cuomo also has the ability to connect on a human level. But he got the world's attention with facts. Bold, simple graphs showing numbers, shortages, and plans. In a country where there was a lot of heat rather than light being generated, he was saying, this is where we are, this is what I can do, this is what I'm worried about. It is a massive decision in any crisis to put yourself out there as a leader spokesperson. But there are many lessons to be learned by looking at the way leaders have been operating during the coronavirus emergency. At the core of successful leadership right now is clearly competence, being honest, not shying away from the difficult decisions. But on top of that, people also need someone to believe in. They need to know you are thinking about the people, thinking as the people. I leave you with one question, and please put your answers in the comments under this post. If you were forced to choose between the leader spokesperson who appeals to your head or your heart, which one would it be? Because sometimes the leaders we have say more about us than they do about them. Thank you very much for watching. Next time I'll be discussing truth and transparency during the current crisis and how crucial they are to building trust.